your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 3 wins and 1 loss. He stands 172 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 66.2 kilograms. Representing Fearless Team Jordan and fighting out of Iraq, please welcome Hassan Talal. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, this man's a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 7 wins and 2 losses. He stands 177 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 65.7 kilograms. Representing TriStar Gym and fighting out of Lebanon, please welcome Youssef the Widowmaker Ghrairi. Your referee is a bandit, Decky Larkin.
With the reach and height advantage, we are set Talal in the blue corner, Ghrairi in the red. Me, Brian Lacey, alongside Phil Campbell and Kirik Jenes calling the action. And action is what I expect from this bout.
Ghrairi, definitely the taller guy, but Hassan Talal is thicker than a Snickers in there. How does he make the 45 limit?
This is the thing, though. When you look at their body types, their frames, you would assume Talal would be the more deadly knockout artist. But Ghrairi has just got that
X factor.
That kiss of death on the end of his hands. Really does strike technically well.
What we saw there was indicative of his Thai style. Talal landed the kick, he throws one right back. It's like everything you can do, I'm going to do, but Talal right in with the takedown.
That is interesting. Ghrairi was under the impression there was a gentleman's agreement that they would stand and test each other's striking. But Talal looking to get it to the mat early within the first minute of the first round, Kirik.
He is a black belt in Kyokushin karate. We do have, perhaps later on, a classic matchup of styles here, Muay Thai versus Kyokushin, the strongest karate. But he's also a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he wants to try and take advantage of that here.
Doing a good job of just solidifying position, sitting down on the hips a little bit of Ghrairi.
Nasty little elbows to the midsection there, just to that, underneath the ribs there of Ghrairi. Big pressure. Head position again. That has been a theme of the fight so far tonight. Whoever can control where that head is, as you said, Phil, earlier on.
Invariably controls where the body goes. Again, just sitting in the half guard. Nice work to regain the knee shield from Ghrairi.
Yeah, working hard to try and make some space there. He's talked as well, Ghrairi, about being difficult to be a professional fighter in the Lebanon. Just the sponsorships aren't there, the shows aren't there, the monies aren't there for the fights, but he has dedicated himself to this. He's doing class after class to try and make the money, try and do the make the money to make these dreams happen. And tonight, this is a huge stage for him to do that.
What there is in Lebanon is heart. It's a warrior culture. There's so many tremendous, over history and right now, there's so many tremendous fighters that come out of there. I think I've never in my life met a Lebanese who was a coward.
Whoa! Hot swing and a miss from Talal. That was like a fast pitch.
No, but looking to try and set up that head and arm.
Yeah. Just
trying to free those legs.
Very
make space.
Very difficult to get it from inside the guard. I have seen it done a couple of times, but
that's why he's fighting so hard to try and get that. And equally, Ghrairi trying to keep those legs under control.
And if Talal can just incrementally kind of buck his hips up slowly, he could find himself. Transitions into the half guard.
He said, forget incrementally. I'm just going to make a gap, step over. That looks tight. No, Ghrairi defends well.
Talal actually shifted ever so slightly to the wrong direction had he wanted to close up that head-arm triangle.
1 minute 40 seconds left. And this top position, Ghrairi finding so difficult to make space. As I say that, he tries to get up. Now his back's been taken. Can he shuck off?
One hook.
There we go.
That's exactly where Ghrairi wants to be. Nice knee to the body. Now looking for a trip of his own.
Interesting. You would think he'd want to separate or at least try and get some shots off from that close.
Very interesting strategy, and it worked.
That all came from the forward momentum of the hips. That was absolutely beautiful.
He sat into that, leaned into that as Talal. Oh, nice talk from Talal.
They're having a little bit of a chat, aren't they?
Well, now, let's see if they separate. Talal trying to close that distance again.
Double underhooks from Talal.
But we have seen
Ghrairi managed to get an overhook.
Ghrairi does know his grappling. That switch to push those hips and get the reverse, the takedown attempt. Just one example.
Oh, beautiful single leg. Lands right into the side control position.
And again, Kirik, this fence causing problems for Ghrairi.
People ask why that takedown looked so seemingly easy. Couple of answers to it. One is timing. If he had done it a split second, like by a split, I mean a 30th of a second earlier or later, probably wouldn't have happened. But two, it's impossible to wrestle properly and strike properly. You can do one or the other. There is no way to do both perfectly. By trying to hit your opponent, it also gives your opponent opportunities to take you down to the ground.
Round one in the books. Oh, raw from Ghrairi.
Ghrairi absolutely loving it. Getting looked after by one of the best in the business. West Belfast's finest. Ryan Martin doing the job here tonight, making his own brave debut.
And here we have some of the action. This was Talal moving in for that clinch. Talk us through this.
And I think this took Ghrairi by surprise. As you said, I think he was expecting to stand and kind of go mano a mano on the feet, but it was very intelligent by Hassan Talal. Initiate the striking exchange, then slip in for the takedown. And there's the beautiful hip thrust, that forward propelling momentum from Ghrairi. Whereas usually with a sprawl, you would just shoot straight backwards. He put the hips into his opponent. Very smart.
So we are set for round number 2. Kirik, what do you want to see from this man, Youssef?
I think we're going to see him do a little bit better in this round. Youssef Ghrairi, very heavily muscled, as you can see across from it, but that muscle takes a lot of oxygen, and 5 minutes is a long, long time. I think we may see this round turn around.
Youssef Ghrairi just nodding that no-blink stare across the cage to Hassan Talal. Talal in the blue corner, Ghrairi in the red. Oh, heavy leg kick.
Oh, looks at his opponent as if to say, you felt that, didn't you?
Oh, power shots coming forward, trying to make a statement early on.
There's nastiness in those kicks. They're not rangefinders.
And Hassan Talal, let's see if he uses some of those winging hooks to close that distance. Oof.
Oh, he's starting to cause a little bit of damage in that leg.
And you can see Talal deep breaths as well. Oof.
Like to see Ghrairi maybe take a little bit of step out to the, like a diagonal step to the side so he can really cut that leg kick in.
You can see he's been very aware of the range. Oh, steps in with his own, trying to shirk off.
Gets the underhook well and lands a big knee to the body.
Double underhooks. He's got to make space. He's got to circle and get
Just
out.
as you say, he must have been
listening.
But
what a lateral drop!
Beautiful.
Into side control once again. And just as we said, for Ghrairi, trying to find his way out. He just needed to disconnect, but that connection gave Hassan Talal all he needed for that lateral drop.
Fabulous technique from Fearless. It also provides him an opportunity to catch his breath for just a little bit, let those muscles get some oxygen so he can go back to work unfettered.
I will say, Phil, he did look tired.
Yeah, he did look a little bit laboured when he might be switching to a north-south choke here. No, well, he does have the grip. But Hassan Talal's doing well to defend. Youssef Ghrairi doing well to defend.
Caught in a reverse triangle of sorts. Probably
needs to be wary of a triangle here.
And maybe a triangle. Look at that. He's got that over. Can he push that arm across? Looking to get this. This would be amazing if the two strikers. Whoa. Nice push away there. But look at that. Like a wet blanket straight back on him. Hassan Talal with that takedown.
Covering the distance so quickly as well.
I think he had that urgency because he knows this is where he has to control. Ghrairi. Still talking to each other in there, Phil.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Ghrairi's kind of trying to goad him into standing up. But Hassan Talal's in the ascendancy when they've been on the ground, so he has no reason to stand the fight up.
Almost halfway through this second round. Oh, Kimura attempt possibly. We've talked about this before, Kirik. It's not just a threat for a submission. You can use this to make space, to try and get the sweep, or to stand up, reverse position.
Right now, it's highly unlikely with that hand hooked on so deep underneath the hip. It's highly unlikely to be able to finalize. Would be better to use it right now to try to stand up.
Trying to create a little bit of distance, but it's difficult when you have someone who's so muscular and so dense like Hassan Talal on top of you.
So physically strong, and you talk about that BJJ purple belt. When somebody knows how to impose that size, that pressure on you, it's...
Weight distribution is key. Yeah. May try a little back step here just to solidify position. Gray on his hip, doing the right things. Nice little elbows.
Yeah, nice short elbows. They are legal. The 9-3 elbow there. If that was coming straight down, then that could be deemed an illegal shot for some reason.
That's a debate for another day, Brian.
Can we talk about that later? Still imposing himself. Not doing much with this position though, Kirik.
He's not. I believe it's a matter of conditioning. Muscles of that size, you can't go all out for 3 times 5. You've got to pace yourself.
Oh, someone's cut.
Oh, badly cut. That might have been one of those pot shot elbows we saw, Brian.
It looks like Talal. Bleeding from the head, can't see where. Yeah, quite furiously as well. Look at the drips coming down there.
Oh, he's leaking like a badly installed kitchen tap.
One of the most effective elbows in the sport is not like you get in Muay Thai where it's from the outside. It's a push elbow. You push in your opponent's head, release it, lay an elbow in there where your hand was, boom, you get a cut.
Wow, and this cut is so bad, Deki Larkin wants the doctor to come and have a look.
Oh, Hassan Talal's not standing while he's checking the cut. And depending on where this is, if this is right on the hairline.
Right, but I think it's lower down. I think it's on the bridge of the eyebrow, the 2 eyebrows.
The positioning of the cut is of paramount importance. A large cut can look terrible and not be dangerous. A small cut can be quite dangerous for a fighter's long-term health. We've got world-class medical officials in there, and they're going to make the determination. Do not let the visuals put you off on this. If it's small and they stop it, they didn't overreact.
And we'll have a look. We might get it. No, this is after the fact. You can see the blood, but this was the reason. Deki wanted to have a look at that. They're going to re-establish that position. Oh, they've started already.
And now if you're Youssef Ghrairi, are you going to purposefully target that little spot
Yeah,
with a
look,
little pot shot up
he's
elbows?
just throwing. He just wants to anything where you can slightly open that up. And there's something like with your opponents, you can feel how they feel. Like if they feel tired or they're losing strength, Kirik, and maybe Ghrairi is getting a little read on Talal now.
It is indeed. When your opponent tires, it's doubly good because it adds energy to you. If you're equally tired, you're equally tired. But when you can feel your opponent fade, it gives you a boost of something like adrenaline. It's double good. That's what we're seeing right here.
And Ghrairi is the type of man who loves his opponent's blood slathered all over his chest.
He is a warrior indeed. Brian Coyle there in the cage. He's got some work to do on Talal. Let's have a look at that cut. That is a huge cut.
And the way he's dropped down to his knees there in the corner tells me that fatigue is definitely a big factor here, Brian.
Without a doubt. And we saw that at the start. Before he got that beautiful lateral drop, there was something in his demeanor, his movement, labored in shots. But it's been accentuated now. There we have some of the action after the restart. Look at the blood there. And that's it. Seeing red has reignited Youssef Ghrairi. I'd love to get a proper look at this cut now, Phil. Great job there from Brian Coyle. You can see that is right on the bulb of the brow.
Now, if anything, that cut should act like a magnet to the hands and feet and knees of Youssef Ghrairi. That should be the pinpoint spot which he should be looking to attract those hands to. And
without that cut, Kirik, we'd be looking at 2 rounds, which pretty much you would give to Talal, but now this makes round 3 very interesting indeed.
And started with his hands on his knees, gentlemen.
Oh, and Ghrairi looking for the takedown.
Those are some big arms wrapped around that neck, but the head positioning is such that that guillotine is not likely to be finalized.
He is hanging on to it, though. Ghrairi's trying to stay composed.
Ghrairi could do with getting a hand in, getting that S-grip on the choking arm.
Look how tired Talal looks.
And with him with having such bulging biceps like that, they're bound to be full of lactic acid right now. They're bound to feel heavy.
Yeah. And now Ghrairi working hard to try and get this position and like using those short shots. And this is where the cut starts to impede. On top, the blood goes down onto your opponent. When you are laid on your back, there's a good chance, especially where that is, that's going to fill up your eyes, affect your vision.
There are few feelings in this sport more miserable than losing your conditioning and being hit at the same time. That's exactly what we're seeing.
What an effort being made here from Ghrairi. He has literally seen red and he is trying to claim victory here tonight. You called it exactly, Phil. He is working to try and open that cut up, but he's put himself in another bad position.
The crimson mask of Hassan Talal acting like the red flag to the bull that is Youssef Ghrairi.
And that blood now makes them so slippy. It is like oil on each other's bodies. Look at the short shots.
And look at the...
reversal. Wow.
Oh,
Fantastic job by Fearless.
And that shows his heart and his will to win. A little look in each other's eyes, still talking to each other. I wish we could mic up the fighters sometimes.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say after this fight, I reckon we could be looking at two new best friends.
Still throwing these short shots.
You have to give credit to Decky Larkin. No break in the action. Big lad, pop that back in and let's go.
Back in. Let's crack on. Deep breaths now from Youssef on bottom as well. But he's got to find a way back to his feet. Oh, because Talal's not doing much.
Oh, may hit the switch. No, doesn't quite do it. I'd like to see him try and scoot his hips out from underneath. Because he's not going to be winning the fight in this position. It's very rare do you see a fighter win a fight off his back. Realistically, I can only think of Bas Rutten versus Kevin Randleman as the most prominent example.
This as well, Talal is giving nothing. Oh, nearly a little switch. Beautiful. That is great technique.
Back.
That is great technique.
Just happy to land pot shots. Needs to keep
distance. Knee to the head. Youssef Ghrairi looking to finish this. That is it. Wow!
Decky Larkin calls an end to this fight. Hassan Fearless Talal did not know what was happening. He took a clean shot. He has the heart of an Iraqi. Thought he was still in the fight, tried to keep fighting, but the fight has been ended by Decky Larkin.
Wow, what a fight. What a wonderfully justifiable stoppage too, because that knee landed flush, took the wind right out of the sails.
Boom.
Baba Booey right to the face.
And let's just give a huge shout out for the Youssef Ghrairi. What a turnaround. 2 hard rounds. Open that cut up in the second round. And you said it, Phil. That would be a red rag to the bull, and exactly that. The switch, though, what I hope they show the replay of is from bottom, the way he got the switch.
Got the underhook.
But you watch what he does with his feet, the flip he does to turn it around, to get that back position. Not content on taking the back, got it back to his feet, opened up that knee. Boom. That's the smile of a man who has earned victory through the fires of defeat. My goodness, what a fantastic turnaround.
For those of you wondering how Decky Larkin made his decision, he was looking for the presence of 2 elements. 1, danger, and 2, a lack of intelligent defense. Putting up your hands, for example, is not an intelligent defense. He has to see the losing fighter doing something intelligent to get out of there. He saw neither of these. He rightly stopped the fight. But huge respect to both fighters, huge respect to Hassan Fearless Talal for trying to keep going for his good, for his health and safety. Decky Larkin rightly stopped the fight.
The coach of Hassan Talal just came over to Decky Larkin and shook his hand. That tells you everything you need to know about that stoppage.
Yeah, absolutely. What a fight. My goodness, we have had so many moments already inside the Brave cage, and that is one I'll remember for a very, very long time. a stunning performance, and I hope we get a replay of how he turned it around. He'd been trapped under Talal, that huge frame of Talal in rounds 1 and rounds 2. He was able to reverse it, and it was a lovely little bit of technique he used to do that. And then he got it back to his feet, and that knee, bang. The flag of Lebanon that he wears and flies so high, so proudly. Talal still on the stool. I think we may announce this. And there's the cut as well. You see the cut. Wow. And those are from elbows on the bottom, on the ground. We talked about how he hits pads with his elbows.
That's just the power and precision that this man has in his locker.
Blades in spades. My goodness.
Every effort is being made for Hassan Talal to walk to the center.
All right, Brave Nation, another amazing bout. This comes to an end at 2 minutes and 53 seconds of the third round. Your winner by TKO, Youssef the Widowmaker Ghrairi.